Hi and welcome to another video. In today's video, we'll learn all about the new Kling 3.0 model from Higgsfield, which is about to drop anytime soon. So anyways, guys, let's jump in. So if you didn't know, Higgsfield.ai is one of the fastest growing GenAI companies, and they've been doing pretty good stuff with the current models, but within the next couple of days, something new is going to be dropping, and that's Kling 3.0. Kling 3.0 is next generation quality. There's going to be cleaner realism, smoother motion, and stronger shot-to-shot coherence, aiming for outputs that are more production ready. The Kling 3.0 Omni is a more unified workflow. You can just do it all in that end-to-end workflow, which is great. Higher end outputs. So a big theme in discussions is native 4K video output at 60 FPS. Currently, we can only do that in 1080p on the Higgsfield website. So by moving to 4K, that will be great. We can also expect longer clips with better stability. So the clips can be, pushed up to about 15 seconds while keeping characters and scenes more consistent. There's also things like macro shots with more detail, better physics and interactions, and also custom multi-shots with stronger continuity, expected to be some of the best on the market. So now let's look at a blog post from Higgsfield AI and what to kind of expect with this update. So I've just been giving you some of the details just from my knowledge, but now we can see it from the blog site as well. So the first thing that they mentioned is a unified model which will create this end-to-end workflow. So they mentioned that Kling will be converging its core video capabilities into a unified system where the generation and transformation handling are managed within one cohesive workflow. So just like we were talking about before, you have a whole, range of different apps to do different things, but now you can do it all in one kind of area, and that will increase the stability and the consistency of the shots. So that's awesome already. So like we said, a unified Kling video model. So this will create the end-to-end AI video generation platform rather than separate tools. So I think that will increase the workflow speed and how much downtime you have in terms of like getting different shots and whatever. So another thing they mentioned is the range of workflows. So it's a shift towards tighter integration between different video creation stages rather than working in isolation. So again, it's all about that unification. So reduce separation between initial video creation, transformation, and refinement workflows. You can do it all in one area, and increasing the overlap between generation, continuity control, and scene level adjustments. So it just makes it a bit more cohesive, and it's an end-to-end creative process instead of fragmented tools, which I really am looking forward to. But one of the main things I'm looking forward to is the longer formats. Yeah, sure, it's good to create these little short clips, up to 10 seconds, but if you have a little bit more time, then you can keep that consistency within the shot. So Kling 3.0 is expected by users to maintain temporal coherence, visual stability, and character consistency, just making the shots seem a little bit more put together. So that's awesome as well. Also, they are looking at a structured multi-scene generation. So you have these multi-shot sequences where camera structure, pacing, and scene flow appear to be increasingly guided by the prompt level intent rather than manual editing. So I think that is also going to be a game changer as well. Now we have mentioned about the consistency before, so by having longer shots, then you maintain better consistency. So I think Kling Video 3.0 represents a consolidation milestone, marking a shift towards production-ready AI video systems rather than experimental generational models. So when you have better consistency, you can actually use it for the things that you intend to do with it. So just to sum up, what can we expect from Kling 3.0? 4K and a higher frame rate. That's awesome. We also have regional in-painting and AI video editing, improved physics and character interaction, longer AI generation for your videos, and some may even say outputs in the 30 to 60 second range would reinforce Kling's strength in social media, storytelling, and educational content creation. So I think that would be great if you can just generate off a prompt 30 seconds or 60 seconds of AI video. So with the introduction of Kling 3.0, what does it mean for AI video generation? Basically, we're moving towards a more professional grade AI video creation period, and Kling 3.0 will be definitely a part of that. So it will bring around the better workflows, the longer duration, and the more high quality and all of that kind of stuff. So that's awesome. Also, they do claim that there is going to be faster creative iteration speed. So, features such as the structured multi-shot generation point towards a future where AI video creation becomes less about repeated full generations and more about controlled refinement. So I'll have to see that, and how that, kind of plays out. But yeah, sometimes, you can get a little bit trapped in, creating a prompt and then generating it. It's not what you want, and then you have to generate it again. So when you have this multi-shot generation, you can keep it all consistent within the one framework. So right now the waitlist is on at the moment and it's coming soon, but you can definitely sign up, put your email down, and you'll be the first to be notified when it comes out. So here are some examples of the things that we were talking about before. So enhanced audio generation, so better for speaking parts of your clips, things like that. Multi-shot narratives, so a unified storyboard workflow that generates these cinematic sequences and it's all within the same kind of shot. You have advanced simulation of dynamics, gravity, and complex object interactions, so it makes it look a little bit better. And the one that I'm pretty much waiting for, the 4K cinema workflows, so increasing the quality content to 4K. Anyways, guys, I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.